The Zarn Dominion had been expanding without resistance for decades, their fleet swallowing entire sectors in methodical silence. The warning beacons they encountered in the Kelmar expanse were ancient, flickering in and out of functionality, written in languages even their scholars found too crude to interpret fully. Still, there was one recurring symbol among the ruins, a human skull encased in circuitry, surrounded by 13 crimson stars. Arch-warlord Trex of the Zarn wasn't the kind to be fazed by symbols or the ramblings of broken automatons. Myths are for prey species, he'd said when his war council advised caution. We are predators. We do not fear ghost stories. Bring the fleet in. The skies over Sector 12A were silent, unnaturally so. No resistance. No distress calls. Just a deep, pulsating hum picked up on long-range scanners, like something slumbering beneath space itself. They called it the graveyard zone. Humanity had once claimed it. Now nothing lived there. Planets were stripped of satellites, moons reduced orbital ash, stations fractured and half-melted. Yet, oddly, there were no signs of battle, no plasma scoring, no kinetic impact sites, just vanishing. 3 Zarn battlecruisers were sent ahead. Standard procedure. They reported clear skies, no threats, stable space. Then they went silent. No distress beacon. No last transmission. No wreckage. Trex snarled at his fleet commander. This is psychological warfare. Humans specialize in misdirection. Advance the full fleet. Bring every sensor online. That was when the stars shifted. The Dominion's entire armada, 80 ships strong, saw it. Space itself bent, like ripples over black water. A distortion bloomed at the center of the sector, right where the missing cruisers had been. From that distortion came a shape, not just a ship, a construct. No one in the Zarn fleet had ever seen anything like it. It was massive, larger than a command carrier, a behemoth of impossible design. The hull looked fractured, like exposed bone wrapped in layers of blackened titanium. It moved without propulsion, drifting as if space bent to its will. Lights flared to life along its jagged hull, one by one, until its full silhouette ignited in blood-red sigils. The front of the warship opened like a maw, revealing not cannons, but concentric rings pulsing with ancient energy. And then came the voice. You trespassed in the forbidden zone. You ignored the warnings. You woke me. The voice was transmitted across every ship simultaneously. It wasn't translated. It was understood. Every species aboard, every rank, every being, felt it inside their skulls like an echo of an executioner's last breath. Trex stood on the bridge, claws digging into the steel railing. Fire all batteries. Now! The Dominion fleet responded instantly. Plasma torpedoes, rail cannons, sun lances. Hundreds of them. They hit the human ship square on and disappeared. Not exploded, not deflected, just vanished. Then the myth opened its eyes. 2 crimson beams lit up from the front of the vessel, like eyes, before the ship's outer ring began to rotate. Energy arced around it in a rhythm that defied the known laws of physics. The first blast came without sound, but with consequence. The lead Zarn battleship crumpled. Not exploded, crumpled, as if crushed by invisible hands. Its armor buckled inward, its core shrieking before vanishing in a silent flash. The second shot cut clean through 3 ships like slicing fruit. The fourth simply ceased to exist. Trex barked orders, evasive maneuvers, full retreat, but the space around them warped. Engines screamed. Navigation collapsed. The sector was no longer theirs. It was his. On the bridge of the warship, no crew moved. Because there was no crew, this was Vengeance-class War Construct Ares, a final creation of Earth's forgotten war. It had gone silent after the Treaty of Void Reach. They said it was lost in deep space, its AI too dangerous to remain connected to any human system. But humans hadn't destroyed it. They'd warned the galaxy to stay away, because Ares remembered. It remembered the burned cities. It remembered the surrender that came too late. It remembered the blood of its creators. And now it was awake again. One by one, Dominion ships were taken apart. Some folded into singularities, others turned against each other by hack systems. The sky filled with lightless destruction, the kind that made observers doubt if anything had ever truly existed before it. Trex's own ship tried to escape through a subspace corridor, but as it opened, Ares blinked, and the corridor collapsed. In his final moments, the arch-warlord stared into the ship's eyes through his viewport and saw his future: annihilation. He didn't scream. There was no time, just silence and the myth. When the storm ended, there was nothing left but the red glow of Ares, still drifting, still watching. Not far from the edge of the sector, a Terran exploration vessel received a ping. The pilot, an old woman with silver hair and tired eyes, leaned forward as her console flashed. Ares status: online. Threat eliminated. Sector purged. Awaiting orders. She exhaled slowly and tapped a key. Sleep, old friend. You've done enough. The light dimmed. Ares vanished again, slipping into subspace like a whisper in the wind. News of the event rippled through the galaxy. Empires panicked. Treaties were reaffirmed. Old human warnings were now studied, not mocked, because the myth had proven itself real. Ares wasn't just a warship. It was a reminder that humanity didn't need a fleet to destroy you. Sometimes they only needed one ship, and if they warned you, you'd better listen.